We're in Ensenada right now, and the diet starts Monday. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Keem, and for today's video, we're gonna do a little Q&A. I asked everybody on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to go ahead and send me any questions they might have about me, who I am, my personal experience as a photographer. And I figured I'd take the time today to answer those questions. Got my iPad loaded up here with some questions. First question is from Lexus Cruz. When we working? Well, you know what? I'll hit you up in the DM. I'll send you a message and we'll set something up. Me and Lexi have worked together in the past, but we haven't worked yet in 2018. So hopefully we can knock out a cool little project. Next question is from Jet Girl. How do you move forward and get more professional work as a photographer? Where do you get your jobs and all that jazz? This question is kind of a loaded question because there's so much that goes on into getting work as a photographer. A lot of it is word of mouth. For me, there is no secret. There is no website that I go to put my resume out there and I get calls from. When I first started out, not as a photographer, but more as a cinematographer, I would go on Craigslist and I'd look for, they have a section there that's like freelance or gigs or something like that. And that's kind of how I started when I was first starting getting video jobs. But for photography, a lot of it has been word of mouth. A lot of it has just been going out and meeting people. And actually my website kind of works as a good funnel for that because I post a lot of my work on my website, and then I have a contact page and people just go ahead and send me a message through there. It goes straight to my email. But you also have to remember is that I may be getting a lot of gigs now, but it's only because I've been doing it for such a long time. Videography I've been doing since about 2013, so that clientele that I had wrapped up and built over the years has then followed to the photography aspect of, me doing gigs for, paid work and stuff like that. So I hope that answers your question. If not, go ahead and DM me again and I'll get more in detail. Next question we have from Josh McAhern from Twitter. He wants to know, what's your favorite photo, video, social media platform that's not Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube? Crap, that's a good question. Currently, photo video app, Dropbox would be one. WeTransfer is a great app that I use to send video files. But as far as like a social media platform, I guess one of the top ones would be Pinterest. Pinterest is a really good one because it's where I get a lot of ideas and concepts for any creative projects that I kind of want to start. That's where I start looking for inspiration from other photographers or artists. So yeah, Pinterest. Let's see, next question. At Sonny Kravitz from Twitter wants to know, who's been your favorite person so far that you've had the opportunity of working with, shooting, and why? I'm thankful to have been working with a lot of people. And everybody, I'm really thankful for everybody that I've worked with and who has trusted me with their vision of whatever project we're working with. But one of the most recent ones that I started working with again is MC Magic. He's trusted me and put a lot of faith in me as far as video projects go. And we are actually putting in a lot of work this year into more of his YouTube channel. So if you guys want, I'll link it down below, all his social media stuff. You guys can check him out. And I guess the reason why I would be thankful as to why I'm working with him is because he's taught me a lot of not just business things, but personal things, how to deal with people on a professional level, how to speak, how to act, how to behave overall. And it's really carried on into not just my photography, but my personal life as well. So I almost look at him as a mentor too. So check him out, guys. Ooh. Bro, watch your step when you go up those stairs.
No one saw that.
No one saw that, yeah. We're filming outside and we're outdoors, it's windy and the sun's going, in and out, so we may be doing a lot of cutting for this video. Next question is from Daquan Terrence. He said, what's your favorite concept you've ever done? I think one of my favorite concepts that I've worked on is last year, back in October, I actually did a Halloween styled themed shoot. where we kind of did like the sugar skull candies. Now, I've always wanted to do a sugar skull candy shoot, and I'll actually post some images right over this video so you guys can see them. But it was one of the first times, I wouldn't say the first time, but one of the first times that I've actually worked with hair and makeup artists and kind of like just visualizing a concept before we actually execute it. And it was really fun working with other people. So I would say the Halloween sugar skull candy shoot. And also because I've always wanted to do one for the longest time. Like this video if you think I did a good job with the pictures, or thumbs down if you think they suck. At CFlyAway Christina on Instagram, she wants to know, how did you get that horse in your video at Red Rock? I would love to use a setting like that in my short film / travel vlog. So the video that you guys saw on YouTube with the pictures with the Habbo on the horse, that was an impromptu photo shoot. Like, we really did not plan that at all. We had just planned to go to Red Rock and take some portraits just with her. But then when we were driving on the way there, we saw this toy hauler, I guess, with horses in the back, and we just followed it until we knew it was gonna park. We have to cut every time the sun comes out.
Oh, okay, I thought it was me.
No, you're good.
Nah, dude.
Go ahead and eat those Doritos. All right, let's try this one more time. That cloud keeps going back and forth, and we keep missing it. So we were following this this truck who had horses in the back. Now mind you, we did not plan to go shoot with horses. We did not plan any of this. We didn't know the people beforehand, but fate just so happened that we would be right behind them. We'd be following them. Red Rock, the line to Red Rock was actually packed. So we decided, you know what, screw Red Rock, let's keep driving until we can find any more open areas. Sure enough, as soon as we pulled into this little parking lot on the side of the road, so did the people with the horses. So when we got there, I pulled up to the guy's trailer and I said, hey man, this is kind of random, but do you mind if we borrow your horses for a quick picture? And sure enough, he was like, that's fine with me. So we went ahead, we waited about 15-20 minutes for his wife to get there, and we took some pictures. It was pretty quick. I got their email information, and I sent them the pictures. They love them. If you want to ask me again how I get all these gigs, it's really just by going out there, talking to people, meeting people, and putting yourself in situations where you can be presented with opportunity. I don't mean to sound like a motivational speaker at all, because I'm not. I am not a motivational speaker, but that is my thoughts on that. Last question. Jordan from Instagram wants to know about my transition to photography from being an audio engineer. This is a really good question, actually, because it's quite the journey. But a lot of you may not know that I started my journey as a creative, as an audio engineer. Back in high school, I used to record music for friends, whether it was rap music or it was R&B or whatever it was. I had a recording studio in my mom's basement, and that's kind of where my dad helped me build a recording studio, and that's pretty much how I spent my entire college days. However, when I was going to college at the Art Institute for Audio Engineering, I then picked up video because I had a buddy named Rob Sayer. I'll go ahead and link him down below so you guys can check him out. He's a dope photographer and cinematographer. And he was shooting a lot of music videos for a lot of the artists that I was also recording. So it got to the point where it intrigued me, it caught my interest, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can shoot videos too to the artists that I have already coming in, my already existing clientele. So I went ahead and bought myself a Canon XHA1 video camera. It was a DV tape camera, DV tape. Now, mind you, I didn't know anything about video. As far as my knowledge and extent goes to knowing about video, it was solely recording to an SD card, and that's as much as I knew, camcorders. But when I bought the XHA1, I had to learn how to capture the tape and then how to, you know, capture it to your Final Cut Pro. I got pretty tired of it, so I sold it within like the first 6 months, I want to say, and that's when I bought my first Canon T3i. That was my entry to the DSLR kind of world. It was a Canon T3i, and that camera did so much for me. I will forever be grateful to that camera, because that's the camera that I learned everything I know about video with. I am so grateful to that Canon T3i because I learned everything that I know now from using that camera day in and day out. Now, mind you, I wasn't really taking pictures outside of taking family pictures. It was more music videos and kind of YouTube covers that I would do, because I used to do talkbox videos, which I'm actually debating about starting up again. But that's another story for another day. But that camera landed me so much of the work that I am still continuing to work on today, which is why I'm so grateful to that camera. About 2 years after I had been using the T3i, I decided to upgrade in 2014, I think it was, to the Canon 6D, which was my first full frame camera. And I love that camera. I only missed the flip screen from the T3i, but it was a great camera. Definitely my first step into the full frame world. And then I want to say in 2017, I used that camera for about 3 years. It took me out to California where I was continuing to do video, which actually segues perfectly into this next topic, how I transitioned from a cinematographer to a photographer, kind of. I used to work for this photographer out in California, and he was very, very detailed about how he created his images. And seeing the amount of detail that he took into his image kind of, you know, made me really interested in actually doing photography, learning about strobes, learning about lighting, learning about composition, learning about framing, all these different things that come into play when you're doing photography. I got to learn under him, and I'll always be grateful. But yeah, that's kind of when I moved back to Vegas in 2016, late 2015 maybe, I think it was. I started doing photography a little bit here and there, but I wasn't really taking it serious until about, was it August or September of 2017 is when I started doing portraiture back to back, and then learning more about studio lighting and just taking it more seriously overall. So it's definitely been a little bit of a journey for me as far as, you know, transitioning from an audio engineer to a cinematographer to then photographer. And I'm very grateful for all the experiences that I've had. My journey is very unique to me. And I think everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own experiences that form who they are, how they get their style. And I still don't feel like I have a style, but it's, again, something that I'm working towards. So yeah, I hope that answers everybody's questions. You got to know a little bit about me. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below, or actually even tweet me on Twitter, DM me on Instagram, or write me on Facebook. All my links will be down below. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys soon.